A friend on a video call asks if someone's in the house with you, but you're totally alone. A shadowy shape drifts across the screen during a live stream, and a streamer returns to his supposedly haunted apartment, only for doors to open, strange clanking sounds to echo, and something terrifying to show up right before he bolts. These are the creepiest things people found while recording themselves. Imagine you're just moving into a new apartment, giving your friend a little tour over video chat, and they suddenly stop you with a dead serious question: is someone in the house with you? Well, that's what happened to Lori Simmons, a mom of 4 from Yakima, Washington. She was showing her friend Shanna around over video chat, and at first it was just normal chatter. Then Shanna's face froze and she asked who else was there. Lori told her she was alone, but Shanna swore she saw something lurking in the background. Lori later said, "I live alone, but I instantly looked around because it was so weird the way she said it, and it really frightened me." She looked pretty shocked and told me to watch my video again, so I watched it, and my heart jumped into my throat. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was so scary. It sent chills down my spine. End quote. Shanna described it like a kid following Lori through the rooms, saying, "I saw this thing peek around the corner at me as if to see if I was still talking. I've watched this video probably 1,000 times and it still creeps me out." Lori was so shaken she spent the night at her daughter's place and only went back after having the apartment blessed. And just to add another layer of creep factor to this story, her building was built in 1935, right next to an old nursing home and a hospital dating back to the 1800s. Next up is a really creepy one that comes from a live stream posted by J-Rob on YouTube. Everything starts off completely normal. It's just a group of guys hanging out over stream, but then things take a turn. Here's a crop in on Christie's camera. Take a look at this.
I say you just build off of those people. Was that a ghost?
I love the reaction there. Is that a ghost? We clearly do see a shadowy figure move across the background though, and it kind of has a humanoid shape, but it definitely doesn't look like a person. Chris even glances behind him right after it passes, like he felt something swoosh by. You could see the confusion on his face. Watching their reactions as they replay it is almost as unnerving as the figure itself. I mean, they're pretty shooken up about this. Now, sure, webcams can glitch, I guess, especially in low light. Sometimes shadows will play tricks on you, but this one does feel different. Chris clearly reacted to it in real time, not just in the playback. Someone or something was in that room with him. This next streamer was petrified when strange stuff started going on in his apartment live on camera. In 2017, Rubyz was on stream talking about how unexplained things had been happening at his apartment. He'd been sleeping at a friend's place for a bit because he was too scared to go back home, but folks in the chat wanted to see what was going on for themselves, so he agreed to stream from his supposedly haunted apartment. It did not go well. Or maybe it did, depending on how you look at it. Rubyz was clearly shaken throughout. He did not want to be there, especially alone. So when a door behind him opened on its own, he was not looking forward to checking it out, but he did. He looked behind the door only to see that nothing was there. And then this happened. He returns to the couch totally shaken up. All the while, there's this mysterious clanking sound coming from the room behind him. He decides to end the stream and get the hell out of there, and that's when this happens.
I don't know, go raid skilled apple, go.
A Florida real estate agent made a discovery that would send chills down anyone's spine. Jessica Law was showing a house that had just gone up for sale when she opened what she thought was a normal bedroom closet and instead found a hidden iron door leading down a narrow staircase. "I opened up to what I thought was a closet door in the bedroom at the back of the house, and this door was in the next section," she explained in a TikTok video that's now racking up nearly 1 million views. The house was built in 1958. But the hidden room looked like it had been added much more recently. The lower level had electricity, water, and there was a dehumidifier in there. The room was strange. A frayed patterned rug in the middle, a red beanbag chair tucked into a corner, no windows, just white cinder block walls. TikTok users were pretty freaked out, with comments like, "A feeling of dread and doom came over me while watching this. It looks like something from Criminal Minds. I'd call CSI." Some tried to rationalize it as a storm shelter or fallout bunker, but Law noted that the iron cage door just didn't really fit with the normal story. This next piece of footage comes from Sir Gary Tube on YouTube, who was doing a live stream when this happened. So suddenly the door to his room shuts on its own. It takes him by surprise, but he figures his roommate may have come home, so he decides to get up to make sure. Moments after he leaves the room, though, the door opens up and then shuts by itself again. And spoiler alert, his roommate wasn't home. In 2016, Ripped Robbie had one of the creepiest live streams of his life. Things just kept getting stranger and stranger too. In his own words, "I swear to God my house is haunted." It started when he began hearing weird knocking sounds.
Hold on, dude, I just heard like knocking and I'm the only one here. And it wasn't on my door. That just sounded like it was in the closet behind me.
He goes on to talk about some of the strange stuff going on in the house, things falling off his walls, finding his camera stand with its 3 legs firmly placed on the floor somehow having fallen over. He'd also hear weird thumps and knocks, while a little later on in this stream, he hears one of those thumps.
Dude, stop. Did you fucking hear that, Anon?
The thuds and bangs continue sporadically throughout the stream as he also has trouble connecting with Skype and his Xbox. Remember Skype, anyone? Yeah. Now, then someone in the chat mentions the Babadook, and Robbie makes the mistake of talking badly about it. He must have angered something, because then this happens.
Babadook, stop, dude. I hate the Babadook, man. That fucking creepy ass movie, bro. Oh my fucking God!
A bunch of stuff suddenly falls down. His mic, a camera stand. He ended up ending the stream soon after this. This one comes from a 2016 video on the YouTube channel Exploring with Josh. A group of friends were exploring Ape Cave at Mount St. Helens in Oregon. At first the cave is wide, easy to walk through, but as they went deeper it got lower and narrower. Pretty soon they were crawling on their hands and knees. One of the guys said, "I don't think this is worth it, man. I don't think we're meant to crawl this far." But they kept going. And thank God they did, because they found something very, very lucky. They stumbled on a young girl who'd gotten lost in the cave. She had nothing with her, no light, no food or water, but somehow she'd made it in that far. Understandably, she was terrified, but the friends guided her out safely, and she was reunited with her parents. If these guys hadn't decided to push on, though, that little girl may have never made it out of there alive. You were just in the right place at the right time. 2 friends in Doncaster, England thought they were just snapping a fun selfie during a church tour, but what showed up behind them was pure nightmare fuel. Natalie Wilkinson and Carrie Morris were exploring St. Nicholas's Church, which dates back to the 12th century. They ended up climbing into the old bell tower. Natalie later said, "It's quite freaky up there, being in a church as old as it is. The steps are narrow and old wood, meaning only one person could squeeze down at a time." Well, toward the end of their tour, they snapped a selfie and didn't think twice about it until later that night. On their way home, they scrolled through the photos and noticed something they swear wasn't there in person. In the background of one picture was a pale, ghostly face that looked almost like a little boy staring right at the camera. Natalie said, "We were both freaked out and nervously joked about it being the Antichrist." Matt Madden and Andy Thompson from the channel Finders Beepers History Seekers were checking out the abandoned Mosley Manor care home in Liverpool. The place had been shut down in 2015 after reports of awful conditions, even claims that residents went unbathed for weeks, so already this place had some dark history. While they were filming though, Matt suddenly noticed something strange at the top of the staircase. A shadowy figure just standing there watching them. For a few seconds you can clearly see it before it slips off to the left. Matt didn't hesitate. He bolted up the stairs to confront whoever it was, only to find nothing. No one was there. Just empty hallways. Well, this one is chilling. Reddit user TinyProfessor9680 shared the following image with the description, "My friend has recently shown me this picture from 2016 of him and his brother at the front of Blackpool Beach at 7 a.m. Photo taken by mother. When they looked at the photo and saw the figure in between the legs, they looked around and nobody was there. Does anybody have any thoughts?" Yeah, I have a few thoughts. Well, one really. I hate it. What are your thoughts on this one though? Share them down in the comments. I've been your host James and I will catch you, yes you specifically, in the next video.